Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I wanted to show you guys how to get prepared for the new Transmog wardrobe that's coming out in Legion. Now, the way I'm doing that is I'm using an add-on. That add-on is called Legion Wardrobe, and by the way, big surprise on a name, and also there'll be a link in the video description so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Now, after you've downloaded it, you can go to your Collections tab, or Collections menu, and then click on the Wardrobe tab, and it's going to give you a menu that looks pretty much just like this. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different. If you're a warrior, it's going to show you warrior specific plate gear, and if you're a mage, it's going to show you class specific mage gear. But this is pretty much what you're going to see, and since I'm on my warrior, it's showing me helmets that warriors can transmog. And the reason it's showing me helmets is because at the top there, I'm selected on the helmet slot, and I'll go down to different slots in just a minute here. Now, it doesn't just show you the ones that you have, but it also shows you the ones that you don't have. Obviously, the green check marks mean that you have them. The yellow check marks mean that you have them on another character, which is another big point that I want to talk about here. This add-on doesn't just track what you have on your character that you're playing at the current time. You can also log on to your other characters, and you have to access their banks and void storage and everything else like that. But whenever you do that, it also adds what they have into the into this add-on as well, because that's what's going to be happening in Legion. So while I've got a couple of seconds here, I'll give you guys pretty much just like a real quick explanation of what's happening in Legion. Now, if you guys have ever played Diablo 3, like I have for the past, like, what is it? It's been like 3 days, so like about like 40 hours. I played Diablo 3. It's been really fun. But anyway, besides that, the system, the transmog system that you have in Diablo 3 is basically being ported over into WoW, along with all other things in Legion. So anyway, that means if you collect an item, you don't actually have to have the item in your inventory anymore in order to transmog to it. And so that really frees up a lot of bag space for hoarders like me. And also, you know, it just kind of is very, very convenient. Now, there are a lot of restrictions on this, but another really good thing is it doesn't just, you know, like if you click something on, like, let's say your warrior, you can transmog it on your Death Knight, assuming that it's not class specific. It's not like you can transmog like the Death Knight tier 10 gear, unfortunately, to your warrior. And so anyway, as you guys can see right here, I'm going through all the different shields. Now, you can click that little back arrow there, and I don't know really why that's a back arrow, why that they have that to do that. But anyway, that back arrow just opens up the bigger menu so you can look at it in a bigger frame. And so you can go ahead and click on the filters there and filter the collected ones, the uncollected ones, and also the current zone ones. And so that's really, really useful, and I'll show you guys that in a few minutes. Now, also, you can look at the zones, and that's going to show you like all the different questing zones. Not really too big of a deal. And also, you can uncheck things that you know you don't want to look at, like it's just like quest items, vendors, world drops, and legacy stuff as well. One thing that is unfortunate, especially for neckbeards like me, is that in this add-on there are not really a lot of unobtainable items in the database, and so you know, I don't really get quite as much of a way to show off, but because I have so many, you know. And so anyway, you can also go to the different sets that are available, and so you get these off of Wowhead. And so I actually saw that set. I was like, man, that looks actually pretty fucking cool. I might have to get that. And so you can go through all of these different sets, and obviously that bar there is going to show you, you know, how many pieces of the set that you have. And again, this is very, very useful for building your transmogs and everything else like that. Now, if you actually click on one of these different sets, I'll show you guys in just a minute on the Death Knight set. So right here, this is the Death Knight tier 11 normal mode set, and so I can just go ahead and click on that. And it's going to show me all of the different items that are included in that set, and then I can click on that arrow, and it's going to take me to where that item actually drops, as well as just showing me what the item individually looks like. But that's also another functionality with another add-on that I have that's called Mog It. Now, all I have to do is click on that little arrow. It's going to tell me exactly where to go to buy that thing, and you can click on the more info, and that's going to show you, if you click on like one of those guys with the link, it's going to give you a link to the Wowhead I guess like entry for that different NPC, and so you can go directly to it. And also for things like gold challenge modes, it'll give you a link to the achievement and everything else like that. And so since that's a trash drop from BOT, the shoulders are, you can click on, it says like Zone, Bastion of Twilight. And so very, very simple, very, very useful. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on another class, just so you guys can get an idea. Now, since I'm on a Warlock right now, obviously it's showing me all cloth gear. And again, there is some overlap, but you can see there are less like little sword icons at the top, because warriors are able to use a larger breadth of different types of weapons. And so anyway, you can click on any one of these things, just just click directly on it, and it's going to tell you exactly where you can get the item. And so that's very, very useful. Also, you can look at the help thing. I wanted to show you guys a couple things right there. There are the check marks. Again, big surprise. Check marks means you have it, and the yellow check marks means that, again, you have it on another character. Now, also another thing that's very useful is that you can enable it to pretty much like if you're searching for things on the auction house, you just want to kind of like complete your set in a way, or like you're kind of a completionist, you want to have every single type of transmog piece that you want, just for no reason, because it's probably a OCD or something like me. But anyway, so you can go ahead and click on that, and it will gray out items on the auction house that you already have. And so anyway, there are those other things, and you can export it over to other accounts or import it over from other accounts. And so you can also scan for BOE items. And so it's very, very useful add-on. And honestly, the guy that did this is just doing the Lord's work, because, I mean, well, anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, so you can see right now I'm on the auction house. I've already set up that little thing with the check mark, and so the items they already have, like the the Mythic Blackheart Foundry boots that I of course have, are grayed out, and so that's why you don't accidentally buy one that you already have, and it's just very, very useful. But I mean, this guy is he's just doing the Lord's work. I mean, guys, let's be real. Like, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be doing garrison missions. Like, this is something to do. It's really, really nice. And so anyway, guys, I want to show you the way that the zone filter works, because this is one of my favorite features of this add-on. So whenever you go to the filters, obviously you're going through all these different pieces of gear, and so maybe you just want to find the ones from this different zone that you don't have. And so you can go to the zone filter, and it will show only the ones, like right now I'm in AQ10 or AQ20, whatever. It will show only the items that are going to be available in AQ20. So that's very, very useful for knowing exactly how far off and what pieces you need from what boss in the exact area that you're in at that exact moment. So anyway, guys, I think this is very, very nice to have. It's definitely given me something to do, and I can work on it on my alts, and so that way I don't really have to hold all this stuff on my main. I can be like, oh wait, no, never mind, I have that on my Death Knight or something, so I can throw it away on my main. And if you guys have ever seen my bags, you know that I need the space. So anyway, I just want to show you guys myself like using an item. So if you obtain an item and then it doesn't give you a check mark, just go ahead and click on the little circle again for like the belt or like the legs there, and it will like kind of what's the word for it? Like kind of like I don't know, like check again. It'll check again, and once you have the item ID, it will give you the check mark. And so you do need to have these items in your inventory until the actual real wardrobe for the actual game comes out. But you can at least get prepared, get as many items as you want to get until then, and just so whenever it comes out, you're going to have that much more time, or that much less time, to focus on going and collecting all of this little bullshit gear. And so it's going to be very, very useful. I think this is a great thing to have. And so anyway, guys, I would definitely recommend downloading it. Again, the add-on is called Legion Wardrobe, and there'll be a link in the video description to download it yourself. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.